Imagine a race between a turtle, a snail, a sloth, and Kishida-san. Who do you think will win the race? Well, I don't know, but I'm sure that Kishida-san will finish fourth. Minasan konnichiwa and welcome back to a new video update. Things are moving, but they are still very slow. Before I talk about the lucky 400s who can enter Japan, today's news, I want to start talking about our Friday event and the questionnaire we made about how the Japanese travel ban has affected the lives of international students. The event focused mostly on students and we had already over 5,000 people watching it. I showed the result of the questionnaires during the event, which are very worrying. I will link the full results of the questionnaire together with all the other links in the description. Thanks to the event, pretty much every media in Japan talked about it. This actually surprised me a lot. It was a huge result for us and for our actions. Media including NHK in Japanese and English, Kyodo News, all the major Japanese newspapers, Yomiuri, Asahi, Mainichi, even Mikitani-san, Rakuten CEO, tweet about it, and many more other references. I'm going to link some of them in the description. The most important one, in my opinion, was the first page of the Asahi Shimbun, which I have here. In the Tensei Jingo column, a very popular column that many Japanese people read. When we started a few months ago before the Olympics, there were little coverage and attention to the situation of new foreign entries. Now we get people, media in and out of Japan talk about the issue pretty much every day. It's a long journey, as I always said. It's not over, but we have raised a lot of awareness in our journey. Thank you all for taking the time to fill the question and supporting the online press conference. Just a couple of days after media shared our content, we got the news today that 400 students, including privately funded students, can enter Japan. It is still unclear what are the criteria for them to be able to enter, but I gave a couple of calls to language schools today to figure it out, and it seems not sure, but it seems that students who were supposed to enter in November 2021, so the one that originally were supposed to start studying in April 2020, and also have been accepted to start higher education in Japan in 2022, it seems that these are the lucky 400. Since nothing is officially announced, please ask your school or wait for more details. I will update you in my next week video or on Twitter as soon as I get an update. So don't forget to ring the notification bell here on YouTube and follow me on Twitter for updates. The number is very small, doesn't include workers, technical interns at all. Out of 370,000 people waiting, it's only an extra 400 people. This of course is unacceptable. We must continue fight for our rights. We need to keep raising awareness and get results after results. Things are moving though and improving. We had 87 next students accepted last week and now 400 extra students, which also include privately funded students. The fact that they are including privately funded students and they are specifically mentioning in the announcement, in the press conference of the announcement, make me think that the pressure we put with media has worked a little bit. Again, this is not enough. If we keep getting support from the corporate and private sector in Japan and also media keep reporting our voice, we have hope that more and more people will be able to enter. I apologize once more if workers weren't included in the questionnaire. As I said many times, my background and work is related to students, and this is the area where I can be more influential. I support every category: workers, students, families, and couples. I did events for workers, I participate in events for families, and I think that we are all in the same boat. And each little step for one category or one group, for example students in this case, is a little step for other categories. Talking about workers, Kim-san, who also manages a Korean website for people waiting to enter Japan, asked me to use the questions of our student questionnaire, and he created a version for workers. Huge thank you to Kim-san, and if you are a worker, please fill his questionnaire on how the Japanese entry ban has affected the lives of international workers, business people. The link is in the description. Japan has cut quarantine for those entering the country from 10 days to 7, another baby step. It's a little improvement also for who's waiting, in my opinion. So when we will be finally able to enter, we have less days to spend on a hotel. That will save us time and also money. The good news is that there are already calls to reduce the time further. The Japan Association of New Economy has made a statement in which they are saying, at the same time as taking necessary measures, the Japanese government must take a clear position not to restrict entry of people across international borders. The same regulations and rules for entering Japan should be applied as those that are applied to Japanese returnees. Finally, I can hear this also from Japanese group. If re-entries are okay, so should be new entries. There is no difference between new entries and re-entries. And of course, the virus doesn't look at your passport. We have been saying this for so long. I'm glad that what we've been saying for almost 1 year is finally picked up by influential groups in Japan. This unfair situation has to stop. I mean, wouldn't it be much easier for everyone, Japanese side, international people side, if the borders were open and everyone who wished to enter Japan can do following the same guidelines to avoid the spread of the virus. That's everything for today. As always, a huge thank you for watching. If you want to support our actions and my channel, please don't forget to like and subscribe this video and share our content. Thank you very much and matane!